So, Donnie,
What's up, man?
anybody ever teach you how to breathe?
What?
Come on, man.
Oh, what's up?
What's going on, bro? How's it going, man?
It's good, man. It's good. It's another Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I like those red lights in the back. I just noticed that, believe it or not.
Yeah. You like that, huh?
Pretty fire, pretty fire.
I can change pretty much any color I want.
So, tonight, well, before we jump into the special super duper guest and we get that rocking and rolling, man, how was your day, man?
My day was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, the weather was it wasn't fully sunny. It was kind of gloomy. So I was trying to self-motivate myself to be happy. And I think I over-motivated myself because I was super pumped for half the day for no reason.
Over-motivated myself.
I was over-motivated to do absolutely nothing. So it's cool. I was at work doing a simple task. I'm like, right? Doesn't this feel great, guys? And they were like,
you're all amped up. Everybody's like, what's wrong with this guy? Yeah. Now, it was definitely one of those type of days for sure. All right, listen. The people know us, man. They're used to talking to us and dealing with us and all that. But they really showed up to see, what sort of hype about this breathing stuff and, super duper convenient, organic foods. You know what I mean? Oh, and the importance of the gut health. We got to dive into that, man, because the gut's extremely important.
Yeah, I need some work.
So, me too, man. I got a whole lot of gut to manage. You know what I mean? Without further ado, I could go on a spiel to introduce this person. We've been talking for, I would say, about the last week or maybe week and a half. She's giving me the rundown about everything that she's currently doing, and how we could possibly mesh certain things together. Obviously, to enhance what she's doing, enhance what I'm doing, and we both we all move towards success, right? We help each other. So we're always looking to connect with people who's up to something, with powerful people. So without further ado, man, nobody can introduce themselves better than themselves. So let's go ahead and welcome Meghan Escobar to the UnCut Show. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So this is my first podcast, so thank you for having me.
Oh, okay.
Right?
It's an honor to be first.
No pressure.
Man, do I feel it? Nah, I'm just kidding. I did some breath work actually before this, so I'm good. All right, so yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm gonna start with a little exercise for you guys, right? Because 90% of us, we're not breathing right, or we're not breathing at all. So just to prove that to you guys, I want you to start with just putting your one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, right? And just take a deep breath in. All right. What part of your body did you feel rise first when you took a deep breath in?
I felt my chest.
My chest.
Okay. That's wrong. That's called
paradox. I knew that was a trick question.
That, my friends, is called paradoxical breathing. And 95% of us are breathing that way. And the reason for that is because if you look at a baby or a fish, right, and you watch the way they breathe, what do you see move?
Usually their belly.
Right. That's their belly. And so what happens is as we become adults and we experience life and trauma and stress and anxiety, we start to carry all of that stuff in, and it weighs down on us, and it then affects our breathing. And then we, especially now, we're living in an age of anxiety, now more than ever, where there's 60, I think the statistics are 60 to 90% of all doctors' visits are stress related. Right. So breath work is so important right now. People are taking anti-anxiety medications, and, they're getting all these prescription drugs that are then leading to more issues. And there's just so many other modalities out here that people are uneducated about. And for me, when I first did breath work, it was a little over a year ago. I was going through some stuff, I was looking to dive deeper into like who I was and what my purpose was. I just started to understand, like back in like 2016, I just started to understand like the laws of the universe and energy and how important it is, and like how everything is energy and how our thoughts affect everything and all that stuff. And I was friends with, or am friends with Curtis Lee Thomas, who is the founder of Breathwork Detox. He's actually a Rhode Island he's originally from Rhode Island, but now lives out west, but whatever.
Oh, wow.
He was in the process of writing a book called The World Is Yours, The Secrets Behind the Secrets, which that to me was dope, right? And we stayed connected through social media. A couple years later, he came out promoting this breathwork detox stuff. So I'm like, what is this? He's describing it as 20 years of therapy without saying a word. And I was like, what? First of all, like, is that even possible? Like, all this stuff can happen through the breath. Like, I don't even believe it. I've never done therapy. I've never been with somebody who wanted to. And there's so many people out there like that, that just don't want to talk about their issues, don't know where to start. So for me, when he was promoting it like that, I'm like, I don't even got to say shit. And I could just feel healed. I'm like, I don't believe it. So, I did my first virtual breathwork session with him, and mind blown. Like, I was like, whoa, and it's just one of those things that you really can't explain. It's like, I can show you better than I can explain it to you. So like trying to explain breathwork to somebody is like trying to explain a kaleidoscope to a blind person. It's virtually impossible.
Yeah.
Because every single experience is going to be different. And every time you do a session, you're going to release different energies, because every day we go throughout life, things happen. So, even though like every time I do a session, I feel immediate. It's immediate and it's effective.
Yep.
And for me, like, that's amazing. And I think for a lot of people, they would like to experience something that's immediately effective, because we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants fast results. Everybody wants immediate results. And like, when you're going to therapy and you're sitting there talking to somebody and your hour's up, it's like, shit, I didn't get that off my chest, And it's like, with this, it's like, you're so euphoric. The feeling of euphoria that you feel is just like, damn, like, so, and the fact that I got into it, I was doing every single virtual session that he had to offer. I became a member. And then finally, after a year of doing it, I was like, I want to teach this. Like, I want if every person could do a breathwork session, honestly, there would be world peace. Like, if everybody could feel this way and just be able to have that feeling of immediate, like, I don't feel stressed anymore. I'm not carrying that weight, that trauma. Like, I didn't even know I had all that shit. And all of a sudden you're just like, whew, that felt good, and that stays with you, because it's, it's a massive release of energy, and it's speechless. It's honestly a speechless feeling. And, for me at that time in my life, it's exactly what I needed, because I was starting to, like I said, I was starting to understand the laws of the universe, how effective energy is, how effective the way that you think, the way that you speak, everything, ties in together. And, you truly are the life that you live. And it's like, the life you live is truly affected by your thoughts. Right. So when you're constantly thinking about the things that you don't want in life, that's actually what you're attracting.
Yeah.
Right. So when I started to understand the laws of the universe, and I started to understand like the way that we think affects what happens to us, and then incorporating this practice into my life on such a frequent basis, I started to understand the way that we manifest things is really through our thought process. And you can't have negative thoughts. And there's certain words that we say that we don't understand are affecting our lifestyle and the way that we're living. And it was just, it just allowed me to just like flip a switch, and like, and now because I practice it so frequently, and I am a teacher, and I'm able to, show people what this practice can do. Now, anytime I'm going through something in life where the old me would have been like, I'm ready to fight, I'm on defense mode all the time, I'm able to be like, hold up, nah, it don't bother me no more. It's like I'm just able to. I'm very a lot more calmer. I'm much more present. I'm a much better mom. I'm a much better person all around because I truly feel like I found a purpose in life, and it's not just working for a man. It's not just like, I have something so powerful that I want to show and teach people that it truly is an immediate effect to let shit go. And again, today, living in the age of anxiety, it's like there's nothing more effective, honestly.
You gotta let it go. So let me ask you this question. Because this is what came up for me as I'm listening to you explain this. The question that popped up for me, actually, it popped up for me when you had us do the exercise and we both failed horribly. What popped
Thank you
up
for
me,
practice. You get an A for effort.
Yeah. Everybody gets a ribbon. But what popped up for me was this. You said, "Oh, if you ever watch a baby breathe or a fish breathe, how do they breathe?" What popped up for me was, okay, I see that natural rhythm of breathing that they have. How do we move away from that? Like, what is it that takes us from naturally being born in a state where we're breathing in such of a way that it's giving us all these benefits to get into breathing how the average person breathes, which is affecting them? And when I asked that, and I would say a second part, but also into that is I noticed that different type of people breathe different type of ways. Like people that I know who have like a lot of stress or angry people, or they're worried all the time and all that, I noticed that their breathing patterns are different. And the reason why I noticed that is because in sales, like if I'm teaching sales and things of that nature, one of the things that we teach is to mirror people's breathing if you're trying to create a responsive relationship with them. If I notice you're breathing a certain way, I could breathe just like you wouldn't even know it. And now we're connected and you don't even know why. You know what I mean? But I notice when connecting with people who have anxiety or worries or, scatterbrain and all that, they seem to have a very rapid breathing pattern to the point if I try to breathe like them, I kind of feel like I'm losing my breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do we move away from that? Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Or a big problem today is that people are holding their breath. Like, how many times a day do you go out throughout the day and you're like, now the breath is important, man. It's the first thing that we come into this world with, and it's the last thing we leave the world with. So how do you get away from that? Practice. Practice. It's really, there's so many different breathwork more like techniques. There's so many. There's nasal breathing, there's open mouth breathing. So I'll explain the two different types just to kind of give you an idea of like what it does. So 99% of the time we want to breathe through our nose. So that's parasympathetic breathing. It's attached to our rest and digest, right? So 99% of the time we want to breathe through our nose. This specific technique is so intense. It's all open mouth breathing. It's a 3-part breath. So it's like 1 breath in through your belly. It's a connected breath, right? And it's about 20 to 30 minutes of connected breath over loud music. So it shuts down the ego. It shuts down the brain, the part that, that thing that wants to keep us safe and not tap into our subconscious mind and be able to let us astral project and like, fly into the universe and start to see things clear. So that is the difference between normal other breathing techniques versus breathwork detox. Because with open mouth breathing, it's called the sympathetic. It activates your sympathetic part in your body. That's your fight or flight. So when you're doing that, when you're doing this technique, it allows you to release. So open mouth breathing is done for the release of energy. You want to let shit go, especially because we're living in such a high anxiety world that it allows us to immediately and effectively, like in 90 minutes, you literally feel like you went through 20 years of therapy. So to answer your question, practice. I mean, even when I did my first session, 5 minutes into it, I'm going through this breathing technique. I'm like, this shit ain't gonna work for me. This don't make no sense. Or I don't know. And then all of a sudden I start crying like a baby. I'm like, ah! And I'm releasing all kinds of shit. My father just passed away. I'm like, okay, this is what I need. So you're laughing, you're crying, your hands are like, it's honestly, it's something that you cannot you can't explain, because every single experience is different. It's kind of like taking shrooms. I don't know if you guys ever took shrooms, but
Donnie has.
No,
I'm joking.
I probably should, but
that was for entertainment purposes.
hey, microdosing is a whole nother subject, but yeah, it's like it's one of those experiences that, like, you're tripping because, okay, so what also happens during this experience is you guys ever heard of DMT?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I plan on doing it at some point.
Okay, so how about this?
Crazy.
I got something better. I got something better for you, Jay.
Okay.
We all carry that inside of us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So about 7 to 9 minutes into this breathing technique, your body starts to release that DMT. Right?
Are you gonna have me locked in my basement tonight doing all this?
No.
Trying to get to the elves in the woods and all that stuff.
So your body starts to release that, and that's what allows you to astral project and go deep into purpose and stuff like that. So yeah, man, it's something that needs to be experienced, and I can sit here and talk about it for hours, but it's truly something that you have to experience.
So, all right, so with that being said, wait, before I say anything else, let's say what up to Sherry in the comments. What's up, Sherry? Checking in. Let's go. Game time.
Hey, Sherry.
Truth
Hi,
401 was in
Sherry.
the building. Tony in the building. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll clap it up for you guys. Before I say anything else, Donnie, you have any questions? Anything you want to say? You know me. I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, no. Is there has there anybody been a person that like this doesn't work for? Is there any situation that this won't work for? Or is this pretty much kind of like a one solve all kind of deal?
I personally have not met anybody that did not have a breakthrough. I have had somebody tell me that they tried it and it didn't work for them. But that, honestly, that person's got to be a real strong person to be able to block and not want to allow themselves to dive that deep.
So they're just trying to they're just telling themselves not to believe it.
Honestly, for me, the experiences that I've had and the hundreds of breathwork sessions that I have done, and the number of people that I personally have experienced, or that other teachers, like, I don't know anybody that hasn't had a breakthrough unless they didn't follow through with the entire session and they didn't give 100% of themselves. Yeah.
So let me say, before we move on to the super duper foods,
I don't know about you, but I'm breathing weird just so I don't breathe different.
I've been breathing wrong ever since
I'm
exercise.
purposely watching how I breathe now.
Why do you think I keep drinking water? I'm having anxiety attack.
Oh yeah, listen, when you take a deep breath, I'll show you. When you take a deep breath, when you stand it up, your belly should push out. So when you're taking a deep breath, it should be like your belly is supposed to push out when you take a deep breath.
When you take a deep breath.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know
I'll try it after that.
Yeah.
Oh snap. All right, so before we move past this, I think one of the things we should ask, or what the people might ask, hold on, let's see. I think we got one more comment. We don't want to let's see. Leanne Smith said natural DMT. Yes, we got to activate that. I'm gonna be in my basement activating my natural DMT, see what goes on.
You gotta let me guide you. You can't just do it by yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I'll get lost, right? You guys be like, anybody seen Jay? Like, nah, I don't know what happened.
Get you out of there. I gotta ground you.
Don't call me.
I gotta get
block
you back
my number
to grounding.
I'll be like, Donnie, you gotta try this, man.
No, block my number for that experience.
But for everybody watching, right? Because for me personally, like I told you when we talked, I never heard of I heard of it, but I didn't know much about breath work. You know what I mean? Prior to you coming on the show and sending me the information you sent me. Do you have obviously we did the exercise with the hand over the heart, hand over the stomach. Do you have an exercise that the people watching can try and an exercise that would have them have an epiphany about this type of work and say, wow, I need to contact Meghan tomorrow?
I can show you the technique really quick. But then you can also contact me. I do one-on-one sessions. I do couple sessions. And I also every Sunday, not this upcoming Sunday because I have plans already. But the following that, every single Sunday, I will be doing group sessions at 4 to 5 Wellness in East Providence, which I constantly promote on all of my social medias. I create Eventbrites and all that stuff. So yes. But for the technique, I can show you guys, but I advise not to do any more than like 10 minutes by yourself for the first session, only because you'll be like, what the fuck is going on?
I'll stick to
but,
3.
but the 3-part breath is it's all open mouth breathing, so it's a connected breath. So you start with, for beginners, I always advise is starting with a hand on the chest and hand on the belly, only so you can feel the breath. And I'm going to stand up just to show you guys how it's done. Can you see me?
Yep.
Okay, so you would take, it's a 3-part breath, so it's 2 breaths in and 1 breath out. So it's, so you fill up your belly, you fill up your chest, and then you release. So it's, so you do that all done lying on your back.
Oh, laying down, you do that.
Lying down on your back on a yoga mat or your bed or whatever. I advise being on the floor only because you do get dizzy while you're doing it. You don't want to like roll off the bed.
This is gonna knock me out.
Hey, but Donnie, guess what? You know, I mean, this thing is. I know it sounds scary and stuff, but what's scarier is holding all that shit in.
I'm really liking this because you can ask Jay. I hold a lot of stress. Yeah. I'm a very stressful person, so
you're not alone. You're not alone.
Yeah, for real.
So, if you guys want to try that at home, try it out. But I highly advise definitely coming to a guided session because, I also select specific music tied to themes that I do. And the music really helps calm down the brain, the ego, So
the God dog.
Yeah. It allows you to tap into that subconscious and really, dive into it. So highly recommend.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to just dive right into the superfoods.
Yeah, let's do it because I don't know how true this is, but I was I was on Facebook earlier and I seen that the FDA just classified French fries as a superfood.
That I got nothing. I don't know what to say about that.
Are you being serious?
I don't know what to say.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I was like, what? Wait, what?
I'll be right back. I gotta go eat a superfood.
Yo, for real. Let me get a lot of superfood.
I love French fries. I was like, what? That can't be true.
But should we start? Maybe we do this. Maybe we do this in reverse because I think it might flow better. Let's open up the conversation with the importance of gut health first, and then we could talk about the superfoods that can get us there. You know what I mean? And the thing that I like is obviously I work with a nutrition company that's separate than the one that you work with, but the overall goal of both things is the same. And what I like about yours is organic superfood, so I can appreciate that. You know what I mean? So I would like to not only for me to know more, but the people to know more because everybody, needs options and better options than the options we have now. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the importance of gut health and really dive into that.
Hey, so recently I've learned how important gut health is. Like the fact that our gut microbiome is literally our second brain. Like I never knew anything about that until I joined on with the superfood company, and I never cared about my gut health. I never cared about organic eating versus conventional eating. Honestly, never even knew the difference. I truly thought that organic food was for bougie rich people that could afford it. I didn't know the difference between the soil that it was grown in, the chemicals that it did not have, genetically modified food versus, non-genetically modified food. I didn't know the difference of that. I didn't know the history of the diseases that it causes with us today, with the brain fog and, how we look at ourselves, how it's really tied into everything. And so the universe is beautiful. It aligns, every single day the sun rises and the sun sets. So the universe works. So when you start to learn the laws of the universe, like I did, and then breathwork came into my life. And then when I decided to like, okay, take the leap, like go teach this, take the course. And during that time, I was introduced to these organic superfoods, and it makes sense because this is the way my life is aligning right now. Like I started to tap into who I was, what my purpose was, knowing who I was, actually loving myself, looking at myself in the mirror, doing that mirror talking like, damn girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now, and now I'm like, okay, what are these organic superfoods? What does it matter? It's not about a diet. It's not about, it's really truly a lifestyle, what you're eating. I never cared to look at labels or what, this red 40 was, or what is this shit, like what is it? And now I'm like, wow. I'm just like, wow, now you see me in the stores and I'm like, what's in this, like I'm
it's like,
looking
what
at
does that
everything.
word even say? Like most of the
Can't read
ingredients
it.
you can't even pronounce. Yeah.
So and again that never affected me before because I just didn't think that I had any gut issues. I never knew. I've always been somebody who's petite. I've always had, energy. I always felt physically fit until I started incorporating these superfoods into my life. And I was like, 3 or 4 days of me being consistent with it, I noticed an immediate change. Immediate. I had energy all day long. I didn't crash. I was taking Adderall for the last 3 years. Not like anything crazy, but I would break off a little piece of Adderall throughout the day just to kind of get me through the day, curb my appetite, help me, focus. But I hated the side effects of it. I hated the fact that I had no appetite at all. I hated the way that it made me feel on the come down. I hated honestly, like the fiend feeling, from the medication. And then when I incorporated these foods, I haven't taken Adderall in over 6 months and I don't even want it.
Yep.
So for me, that was huge, and to be able to feel this constant energy all day long, and like the pre-workouts that I'm taking now versus what I was taking before was just like some random shit on the shelf that I didn't know. It looked good at GNC or Vitamin Shop.
Like 2,000 grams of caffeine.
Right. I'm like geeking out, and I'm like, damn, what's going on here? And then, once I started taking these superfoods, I'm like, wow, like literally, I mean, within days, my energy levels are like through the roof, like naturally, and I feel so good and clean inside. Like my hormones are balanced. Like, again, with breath work, it's that immediate like effect. It works great, but I'm not doing these 90-minute sessions of breath work every single day. So having these superfoods in my routine every day allows me to balance my hormones. I'm not just like snapping, and that's another thing that Adderall did too. Would like I would just snap. I would
It didn't take much.
Yeah. So, but it's just, everything is just so balanced right now. Honestly, I'm just happy to be here. I'm loving life.
That's good though. That's good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, because I think like how you said, the gut, people don't realize that we have 2 brains in the body. And, a lot of times the brain that we have down like our gut is communicating a lot with our brain up here. So even when we have cravings, we think that we want these foods. It's not even us. It's the toxins that's in our gut sending a signal to the brain. Hey, we want more of this toxin.
100%.
And the brain's like, okay, you know what I mean? But we don't realize it, and we think that it's just us. Oh, this is the food I like. But it's really your gut that's demanding it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The gut's like, give me more of this, give me more of that.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up too. Actually, that was another thing that it also reduces cravings. So like I love sweets. I always have candy. I was a junkie for candy. And now I just find myself like I still like my sweets, and don't I still like to eat a lot. And that's ever since I started promoting this, I don't even know how many people like, do you eat? Like, yes, I eat. Yes, I eat. Do you eat? Yeah, I'm eating. I just take my shakes. It's just something that's easy to do. I take my shakes. I take my it's all superfood. Some of it's in supplement form, but it's all superfood. The company's vision and core values is just so dope. Like, they are truly so concerned about the soils that the foods grow in, to what's going into our body, and it reduces our cravings, increases our alkaline. Like it's just really it's everybody should really focus on how important gut health is for so many. Like, think about it, right? Like, you ever walk into a situation and you're like, oh, I don't know, this don't feel right. What doesn't feel right? Your gut? You know what I'm saying? It's your gut. Your gut is telling you something's up, something's wrong. The vibes are off, the energy's off. That's your gut, not your brain.
Yeah.
You know? So like, we have to take care of that. Without a healthy gut, you know, like, so many things come from 90%, 80 to 90% of diseases start there. So if we're not taking care of that, just think about what you're going to have to deal with in the future. You know what I mean? So it's like preventative care. Take care of your gut now and live happily ever after.
Bro. And you know what's crazy? I'll let you answer Sherry's comment. But one of the things I will point out, because I was literally just thinking about this right now, that it's crazy that we live in a world where the foods that we are supposed to eat are labeled superfoods. You know what I mean?
Right.
In actuality, it's just food that we're supposed to eat. You know what I mean? But we most of us eat, like 90% of the stuff we eat is not food. It's not even classified as food. It's just a bunch of chemicals. You know what I mean? Or it's just something that's been processed so much that it's no longer even a food. You know what I mean?
Seriously.
Some of us in this chat right now is addicted to French fries.
Hey, I love French fries too.
I love French fries. I love potatoes. I don't care what you do to a potato.
Hey,
you can fry it, bake it, smash it, and whatever you want to do. Just give me a potato. I'm good.
Potatoes are food. Just buy a freaking organic potato versus one that's fake and looks like a potato.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
not
saying?
fry it, you know, like, maybe not.
Air fry it.
That's true. I've been using that air fryer, man. The air fryer is amazing.
Yes, it is. I have one too. And guess what? I eat French fries.
Leanne Smith said, I gave up French fries for Lent. I can respect that. Salute.
So to go back to that question, like, what are superfoods?
Yeah, what are some superfoods? Let's dive into that.
Wheatgrass, alfalfa, organic rice bran. You know, these are some of the things that you like. What is alfalfa? I never even heard of it. I thought like alfalfa.
I was thinking of alfalfa, like the little, what is it, Little Rascals?
Yeah. Like, I didn't know what the hell any of that was, you know. And it is all like, I don't honestly know most of the ingredients that are in these products. I don't even know some of them still. I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process. But I do know one thing. They make me feel amazing. And it's just very convenient and simplified. And the owner and founder of my organic superfood, Purium, Dave Sandoval, he wrote the Green Food Bible. He's committed the last 30 years of his life to nourishing and detoxifying people through organic superfoods. You know, I mean, there's so many success stories I've heard, you know, people that have had Crohn's, gout, GERD, IBS, irregular bowel syndrome, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. There's been people that have taken this program, this 30-day reset program, and will go back to their doctors and have no longer Crohn's detected, not suffering from GERD anymore, you know, regulated their bowel systems, hormones on flame, you know, like feeling really good inside and out, skin, acne starts from gut health, you know, leaky gut, you know, it's like, that's where acne comes from, bad skin problems. Like, it all starts in the gut.
And some, like, I would just to add to let me go back to Sherry's question. Some of the things that you see all the time on superfoods, we don't know, because, put it this way, when you go to the supermarket, if you shop the perimeter of the supermarket rather than going into the aisles, you're going to bump into a majority of superfoods. So things like, if you go into the vegetable section, things like kale, sweet potato, spinach, most berries like blackberries, blueberries, acai berries, all these different things are full of like antioxidants, full of the vitamins, the fiber that we need. One of the simplest ways to kind of put this, well, I won't say put this, but I'll say that one of the simplest things that you can consider is to try to eat food that's alive. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
A lot of times we consume dead food, and if you're
Mhm.
consuming dead food, you're not getting the live enzymes, you're not getting the vitamins and all the things that you need that you're supposed to that's supposed to go into your body and
Mhm.
begin to work on the inside.
Chlorophyll. Yeah.
Yeah, like all these different
Yeah.
things. But if you're eating a charred piece of steak,
Mhm.
everything in that charred piece of steak is dead. Or if you take you
Seriously.
take I don't even know, a potato and cook the hell out of it, you're
Mhm.
cooking all of the nutrients and everything out of it. So now you're
Everything.
getting,
Yeah.
you're getting nutrient dense food. So
Yeah.
just eat food that's alive. Just look at it and ask yourself, is this thing alive? If it's
Mhm.
alive, if you're eating life, it's gonna give you life. If
Yeah.
you're eating death, it's gonna give you death. That's just a simple way to look
100%.
at it. You know what I mean?
That is honestly the simplest way you can put it. And like what I love about, like, for instance, the power shake that I take every single morning, one shake is equivalent to 6 organic superfood salads.
Mm.
One. I don't even eat salad. So I'm like, bet I got my
You're like,
shake.
goop,
Like,
goop, goop.
oh yeah. And it tastes good, you know?
Mhm.
So and there's so many people I know. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but like, do you get up and eat breakfast in the morning?
No,
I don't.
I
So
don't.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't.
no, I
I
don't.
don't.
I'm always like, oh, God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So for me, it's like, oh, in 30 seconds, I can boom, boom. I got 6 salads. Oh shit, and it tastes
Mhm.
good. And then I feel like energetic and powerful like throughout the whole day. I mean, what's better than that? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. She said, do you always buy organic? I would say when you can. And do your
Yes.
research on certain like brands in your store. Like
Mhm.
if you see like, I don't know, organic food for like 99 cents, you might want to, look into that a little bit. Because
Yeah.
the guidelines for like, store products, things that you see in your grocery store, to get something labeled organic, there's wiggle room there. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can slide somebody a little incentive to let you get
Mhm.
that label.
Mhm.
So just research your brands. That's all it is.
And
Then like,
definitely read labels. And as
Mhm.
far as like fruits and vegetables go, honestly, I know it's expensive, but definitely try to buy organic, man, because it makes a difference. It makes all the difference.
Definitely, Donnie,
Yeah,
what do you want to say, my guy?
I'm just quiet because this is not my topic. You know, you guys know a
Donnie's
lot
just
more.
trying to breathe.
I didn't even know if he was breathing. I'm like, Donnie, what you?
I'm still on the first part. Listen, no, I'm just letting you guys spread your information because I don't study this that much. So you guys have way more information than me. So I'm kind of just here.
I'm
for
gonna
a
get you
lesson.
on these superfoods, Donnie,
I'm
and
gonna
you're gonna
take-
love it.
All right, let's do it. 7 salads and 1 drink. I mean, that's
6.
probably 6. Oh, sorry. I'll eat a
You
salad.
should have
and then
lied to
drink
him and
it.
said 7.
Yeah, right.
It's whatever you want it to be, Donnie.
Okay. I want it to be French fries, so we'll just go with that.
Hey.
There we go. Let's see how much time we got left. We still got time, so we can continue this conversation. Let me check some of these comments here. Wait, Megan, you said the pineapple shake is good.
Me?
Yeah, that's what it says. It says Meghan Escobar. The pineapple shake is good.
Oh, my son is on my.
I was like, yo, she's good. I didn't even notice she was typing.
I thought you were typing while you
Oh,
were
my
talking.
son.
Oh, snap.
That's my baby boy. We have a product called Cocoa Hydrate.
Mm.
And basically what that is it's good for hydration. It's good for after workout. It fuels you. It's similar to, it's not similar to, but they compare it to like a Gatorade. So it's filled with electrolytes. It's filled with all kinds of stuff and everything. What I really love about this company is that literally you can look at the labels from top to bottom. Every single product is organic. Everything, and you can read what's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, that's
a
just
big problem for me too. Is like I look at certain things and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like, I
Yeah.
have no idea. I just give up. I'm like, all right,
but
well,
it tastes good, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the problem. There's always a problem when it's too easy to do something.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. And
Oh,
it's really-
Brianna in the house.
Oh,
It-
what's up?
Brianna, she said, what is the difference between these breathing techniques and meditation?
Oh, good question.
Wow, that is a really good question. So let me ask you this: how many?
Hold on. That was too good of a question. I'm gonna erase her comment and act like I came up with it. I'm joking.
Have you guys ever meditated?
I meditate all the time.
When you first started to meditate, was it easy for you?
Yes. Only reason it was easy for me
He's
is
gonna say
because
yes, but it's
he
really
knows
no.
because I've been into like all of this type of stuff like meditation, astral traveling, like all these type of things. I've been into for a very long time. You know what I mean? So meditation is something I've been practicing since I was about, I would say about 15.
Wow.
Because I had a little spout with anxiety. Like,
Okay.
but I had no idea what anxiety was. You know what I mean? I just thought I was dying because I couldn't breathe and stuff. I'm going to the doctors. They're like, "There's nothing wrong with you, sir," which obviously gave me more anxiety. You know what I mean? But then one day I'm watching TV and I seen some lady on the TV. Actually, she was on an Oprah show. I just happened to see it, and she's like, "Oh, this anxiety. I feel like this and I feel like that." I was like, "Oh, snap! That's what I'm having." You know what I mean? So then I started to do my research, and what I came across was meditation and different ways to like relax and not be anxious. And then just like that, I was able to mentally like
So
end it.
you're
You know
a
what I mean?
powerful person. People don't even know that. You listen. That's honestly a superpower, because the difference between breath work and meditation, and this particular form of breath work and meditation, is there really isn't any, because it's a form of meditation. And the difference between the two is that, for somebody who's never practiced meditation or has, knows nothing about astral projecting or being able to meditate and tap into the subconscious mind and do all those amazing things, it's really hard. Like, think about that. Like, somebody who knows nothing about that, tell them how to meditate, sit in silence and put on some sounds and close your eyes and just let go. Like, people don't know
that's
how
not
to
gonna work for me.
You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't work. And believe me, because I've been somebody who tried, like back in 2016, 2015, when I started to learn about energy and the laws of the universe and attraction and, all that stuff, I was very intrigued. And I was like, I want to learn how to meditate, because I want to go there without being like naturally, I want to do that. And I couldn't. And I just like, cause I'm a million miles a minute all the time. My brain is just constantly on go. And that's for a majority of the people today. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that, like, honestly I know a very small handful of people that can sit and meditate. You're one of them. And I've never been able to master that practice until I fell into breathwork. And with breathwork, it was just like, the first couple of minutes, you're like, okay, yeah, this isn't going to work. And then all of a sudden you're just, boom, you're there.
Yeah.
Because it's done through a guided session with somebody like myself or with Curtis or any of the other breathwork teachers. And the music, the loud music, really helps. It doesn't allow your brain to overcome the thought of you're not going to do this. It doesn't. You're there no matter what.
Do you use loud music to meditate?
Are you asking me?
Both, yeah, you guys.
I don't. So I don't use loud music. I'll use like soft music in the background.
And that's natural. That's like your classic meditation.
Yeah. Usually it's like soft music in the background.
Yep.
But I totally get the concept of the loud music, because one of the biggest thing, like you said, you have to overcome is that internal dialogue. Because once you try to go there, it's going to be a fight, because your brain's going to start telling you like, oh, well, what about this? Did you do that upstairs? Oh, you know what? You can't do this. Oh, you don't have time. Did you call Donnie? Did you do this? Did you do that? Like, your mind's going to be going and going and going.
That question definitely didn't enter you.
I heard it, Donnie. I heard you. Did you call Donnie?
He definitely never thought that. But anyways. So subconsciously, right? If you're a type of person that throws headphones on and just relaxes, listen to the music, you listen to the lyrics of the songs, you just relax. Is that like your own meditation? Like subconsciously you came up with yourself, or is that just you just jamming out to music?
Me, myself?
No, I'm saying in general, like a regular person that doesn't know anything about meditation. Is that like you subconsciously trying to meditate yourself?
A lot of people really confuse the word meditation too, because when you just sit in silence, that's a form of meditation. Whether or not your brain is allowing you to go to a further tap into a deeper self, you're still meditating.
Yeah.
Whether or not your brain is racing or not, it's still a form of meditation. And it definitely is something that takes practice. And over time, obviously, everything that you do, the more you do it, the better you are. That's like now, like from the first time that I did a breathwork session to like now, my sessions now are so much deeper, because I've learned how to practice the breath, how to control the breath, how to, when I start to feel myself breathing fast and I'm getting really anxious and I'm going through something, like I'm able to calm myself down now, like sooner. And I'm sure like with you, Jay, like you're able to probably have deeper meditation sessions, being that you've been practicing for so long, you're able to just sit down and kind of just get to where you need to go. Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, I remember one time, I'll share a funny story with you guys. One time when I was younger, I was meditating and I was like in it, like, you know what I mean? Like I meditated, like I was just going, you know what I mean? I was in a meditative state. And I guess my grandmother came into my room at the time and she's like, Jason. And I didn't answer her because I'm like, I'm going, you know what I mean? I'm somewhere else. She's like, Jason. She's like, who was it? I think it was my brother. She's like, give me a pot of water or something like that. And she literally dumped it on me. And I like snapped out of it. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm meditating.
Just ruined my whole meditation.
Yeah, I'm like, you know how long it took me to get here? Like, I was sitting here for like an hour.
She had the drug conversation with you after that? Like,
is everything okay, Jason? I'm like, yeah, I'm just meditating. Like, what's wrong?
But no, honestly, like with that being said, like think about like, our public school system. Like if we could teach, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if kids could learn this now, it's like my son's woke because I talked to him about all this stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, I know a lot of times, like he must think my mom is crazy. He's probably listening right now, but but he knows, like I teach him about meditation and stuff like that. But like, there's so many people that are missing this. Like if we could have this taught into like public school systems, think about how much better off the whole world would be. Like these are the things that we need to teach our children. Tap into the
100. You could just calm down and just think
about,
yeah.
Right.
That's real.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's good to think about.
Yeah, teach your kids how to meditate.
For real, it'll go a distance. It'll make your life easier too.
Oh man, will it? Oh, will it?
Sherry said, I have meditated for years too. And
so
also,
you should try breath work, Sherry.
Steve said, I love all the info. Steve Santos in the house. What's good, bro?
What's up, Steve?
Let's clap it up for Steve.
I know it's like an overwhelming info. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, wait, I'm still part of this. Hold on, I gotta
You're like, I'm on the show. Oh shit.
I appreciate you guys. Your energy is so dope. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Now we appreciate you coming through because it was I would say you drove the bus seamlessly. You know what I mean? So when I say that, I have to say that because number one, like you said, it's your first podcast.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I forgot that until I remembered it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you talk. I'm like, oh, she's like, she's a podcaster. Then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is her first podcast.
My first time. I have to say, like, I was a little nervous about it. I was like, I talked to my boy, Jay Rudolph. Friend of mine. He gave me a call because I kind of talked to him. I was like, yesterday, I was like, man, this is my first podcast. He's like, Meg. He's like, let go, man. Just let go. Let the universe take over. You got that. Like you're passionate and authentic about everything that you do. So that's it. That's really what it is.
Great. It was great. I know that people got a lot of information out of it. I got a lot of information. I know Donnie got a lot of information. Yeah. So I think what we'll do here, I want to give you an opportunity to do a final thought. Because that's what we like to do when, whenever a guest comes on. Hey, what's your final thought? What is all of this? How you want to condense it all down? And then lastly, let the people know how do they get in touch with you to learn more about what it is that you do or follow up with you on any questions they might have about what you talked about tonight.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, for everybody, I just think that I really have a lot to offer the world, and I want to share it with anybody who is looking for a change, who is looking to release, who is looking to step into their true power, and really upgrade their life, their health, their wealth, everything. Like, I honestly think that I have modalities that could help so many people. And if that's something that you guys are interested in, any of the listeners, any of the followers, mine, yours, Donnie's, definitely reach out to me on Facebook. You can find me, Meghan Escobar. On Instagram, you can find me at Meg_Escobar_. Can reach out to Jay, ask for my contact information. I allow you to give it out, both of you. If anybody's interested in learning more about how to tap into the subconscious mind or how to upgrade your health, upgrade your guts, happy gut, happy life. And that is the honest to God truth. So really anybody who is listening in and wants that upgrade, hit me up.
Nice. So what we're gonna do too, guys, make it easy for you. We're gonna put all Megan's info in the comment section. Others actually in the description of this video, so that way you guys can simply follow in the description, and you can get in contact with her to go ahead and touch base. Hold on, she said seeing my great nephew stopped me to watch, and I have enjoyed this. Hey Donnie, good info, guys. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
Donnie,
you, Sherry.
that's your people. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yo, Sherry was with us the whole time. Let's clap it up for Sherry.
Yes.
I love hitting that clap button.
Yeah, you do.
That is my number one button. Actually, no, I'm gonna give Sherry something that we have not done all night. Oh, there you go. That's special.
The horns.
All right. So with that being said, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here tonight. I personally want to thank Megan for coming through and sharing this information with us. It was an excellent show. You delivered excellent. We can't wait to have you back.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
That's my final thought for tonight. Donnie, what do you want to end with?
Oof, man, I got a lot to think about here. I have a lot of I got a lot of homework to do.
He's got some downloading to do.
Yeah, I need to download a lot. I got challenged by Sherry up top. She said, "Get into it, Donnie." So I think I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna do some superfoods, some breathing.
All right, I'd love to hear this.
Yeah,
oh man,
I gotta do something. So
it's going down. Hold on, let me try to breathe with my stomach first. Oh, it works. Careful. Wait, yeah. Let me be careful. I almost broke my back. I don't know what's happening.
You don't want to release some of that. What do you call it? DMT, and you're gonna go
DMT.
For
yeah.
You better careful. Slow down.
I'll be in the
but you're in control. You're in control. That's the difference between the man-made stuff and the stuff that you process. So,
yeah. All right, guys, it was a great show. We will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, so that way you guys can stay up to date with everything we're doing on this end. We'll continue to have powerful guests, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Peace.
Come on, man.